All right, today we're live again.
Okay, we're live now.
What's up? Yeah.
Are we good? Hey everybody, Lara here from Love on a Plate. Monday night, small technical glitch. Don't you love that? All we've done so far is the very beginning of my taco pasta in the Instant Pot. So I have 1.5 pounds of ground beef in the Instant Pot that I think you can see here. And I added to that just 2 teaspoons of chili powder and 2 tablespoons of chili powder and 1 tablespoon of cumin. Okay, and then I let it brown. Then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in my dry pasta. I'm doing 4 cups as I dump it all over my, because I want leftovers and I got teenagers. And this is yummy for lunch. It reheats really, really well. Then I'm gonna add the water. So general rule of thumb, you want enough water to just cover your pasta. And then when it cooks, it will have absorbed most of the water, just leave a little bit left. I do the same thing when I make macaroni and cheese. All my pasta dishes I do like that. So 4 cups of noodles, basically 4 cups of water, and you can see it's just covered. Doesn't need more than that. And then I use salsa because it already has the onion and the green pepper and all the garlic and all the flavors in there. So I dump that on top. I'm spreading it, but I'm not stirring it because, again, I want to avoid the dreaded burn. So that's like 2 cups of salsa and then 2 cups of whatever pasta sauce you have. And this one happens to be one that I canned, last summer when I was crazy and bought a bushel of tomatoes. Okay. Once it's cooked, if you find it's not saucy enough, it's okay. It's going to be on saute and you can just add a little more sauce. This should be perfect. This is all I have to do to this, except I have to find the lid. You're going to put your lid on. You're going to, I'm trying to do it backwards. You're going to hit cancel. You're going to turn it to pressure. And I want it for 10 minutes. If it was just noodles, I'd do it 9, but there's other stuff in there, the ground beef and the sauce, so I'm gonna do it 10 minutes. It's happy and ready to go. Should take about 6 minutes to come to pressure and 10 minutes to cook, and I'm gonna quick release. I'm gonna add a couple things to it then. While that's doing that, so this is my cheesy bread. Well, not yet, it isn't. But I'm going to toss this in my oven, which I turned on to preheat, and I'm just going to let the top get a little bit crispy before I put this delicious cheese mixture on top, okay? So that goes in there. Now you're going to think this is strange, but you just got to trust me, this is delicious. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 cups of cheese. You use whatever kind you want. I'm using cheddar and Monterey Jack. That might be a generous 2 cups. And I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of chili powder because I want it to go with the taco flavor. And green chilies. And I'm going to add that in there. And I play with the flavors in this depending on what I'm cooking when I make cheesy bread. I don't want it really spicy. These aren't too spicy, but I'm just using half a can. And then mayo. So I know that's the strange part, but it makes it so cheesy and gooey. And when you get cheese bread at a lot of those restaurants where it's really delicious, it's because it has mayo in it. My grandma taught me that trick. Okay, so half a cup of mayo and a spoon. And then I'm going to make salad. And that's going to be dinner. Very cold, eh, Joanne? I know, it's cold here too. Somebody yesterday had the record. I think they were in Timmins and they said it was minus 41. It's like minus 31 here today. It's really gross.
Celsius.
Yeah. Oops, I'm licking my fingers.
Although
okay.
actually the truth is, minus 40 Celsius is the same as minus 40 Fahrenheit. That's where they meet.
Oh. James says it's very cold. He's being all like geeky and nerdy on me with his science. I just want to make cheesy chili bread. That's what I want to do. Okay. So, this is like a spread now. And I'm going to spread it on both sides of the bread. And then the grown-up side, I'm going to sprinkle with olives because I like olives and some chopped green onions.
And Melissa would like to know is if the mayo's okay in the oven.
Absolutely. Mayo is just olive oil and egg. And it doesn't separate. It doesn't curdle. It makes it like stringy and gooey and melty and delicious. It's like the best thing ever. I'll take a picture once it's cooked and put it up so you can see. Okay, so I have...
Are you off this week?
Am I off this weekend? No.
Oh.
Why?
Somebody just said it's a good weekend to be off.
Oh. It would be. No, I'm not off this weekend.
Damn.
James was hoping I was. Okay, so on the grown-up side, I'm going to dress it up, this cheese bread. I'm going to put some black olives and green onions. And on the kids' side, I'm just going to leave it to be just cheesy and gooey. It's my kids' favorite. So normally I would leave that in there a tiny bit longer, but I want to just show you guys how easy this is. Okay, so sometimes when I'm making garlic cheese bread, I'll sprinkle garlic powder in there. If I want Italian cheese bread, I add Italian seasoning in here. It's like really totally flexible. So, I know it doesn't look good. It tastes delicious. Please believe me. I will post pictures of the empty plates. There's something about the mayo that makes it more melty. Does that make sense? It works. Okay, so I'm gonna spread this on here. I'm going to spread this on here. This is like comfort food because it's so cold out. Oops. That won't work. Okay. And the reason I use my bar pan for this is because it makes the bottom really crispy, which I love. It's the stoneware. It's the Pampered Chef stoneware. And it is like the best thing ever for baking everything. You can cook chicken nuggets on here. Cook anything on here. Okay. So no cheaping out on the cheese on this. My kids always don't like the crust, so I put good cheese all the way to the crust. Okay. Grown-up side. Some black olives. It's kind of like making pizza cheese bread, right? Okay. If you don't like olives, don't put them. If you want green olives, you could put those. This is just kind of taco-y. James doesn't like tomatoes, or I would chop some tomatoes and put them on top here. But he's fussy like that. Okay, so this is gonna go in the oven and it's gonna bake until it's all melty and gooey. It takes, because it's a thick layer of cheese, it takes about 8 or 9 minutes. So I would wait until this has gotten to pressure, and then I'm gonna put this in because it's gonna take about 9 minutes. It's gonna take 10 minutes. I'll take this out of the oven and This will be all melted and broiled and gooey. To the pasta, I'm just gonna add 2 cups of cheese, shredded cheese, and I'm gonna stir that in. And again, on mine, I'm gonna top it with chopped green onion, olives, and chopped tomatoes and sour cream. Totally like a taco on pasta. And the kids probably won't do that. So that is what we are having for dinner tonight. This is like the best comfort food. I said it would take under 30 minutes. Honestly, if you do just these things and salad in a bag, you can have dinner ready in 20 minutes and still get your kids off to dance on time. So I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna put this in my oven in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go after dinner and post this recipe, the cheese bread recipe, and the 2 that I owe you from last night. I'll be back tomorrow night. We're gonna cook the Greek chicken thighs that I marinated last night along with a Greek salad. I'm gonna make Greek salad dressing, and I'll be back Wednesday too. So 3-4 days of me in a row. I hope you don't get bored. And we'll be back, James and I, on Friday night at 8 p.m. with Love on a Plate's menu meal plan number 2. And I hope to have that posted all up on Thursday, so you can cook along with me if you want to. Okay, have a great night, everybody. Stay warm, eat good food, and I will see you tomorrow night.